Hey guys, Pump Pete back in today. Another episode of INTY Homebrew News and Spotlight. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, but I had three very important news items that I wanted to bring to your attention today. I've got an update, an official update on Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition, as well as an update on the Opcode releases that were due back in July. And finally, I've got an update on the long-awaited Intelliclub 2023, which maybe should be called 2024 now, but that's neither here nor there. I've also got a spotlight. Why not do news and spotlight? Gotta have a spotlight, right? It's gonna be a quick news, a short news segment, so it's also gonna be a short spotlight. So we're gonna take a look at one of the most infamous games in the history of in the Intellivision homebrew community, and that is Hotel Bunny. So sit back. We'll be right back with the news.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Be sure to check out IntellivisionCollector.com for all your Intellivision collecting needs, whether it be ROMs for LTO Flash or Ultimate Flashback, the latest homebrew games available on the scene, or even games for the original 125. That's IntellivisionCollector.com. Let's start off with an official update on Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition, the release that was covered on my channel way back in the spring, or winter really. The deadline was March 24th, 2024 for ordering this game, putting in your order, and that was for the cart-only version, with the option later on to boost it up to a complete inbox if there were enough sales. And there were, and I'm sure the vast majority will want to do this upgrade, which will include waiting for an email and then paying a $20 fee for all the different features that would come with it. So yeah, that is great. And there was a big delay, unfortunately, this summer with the printing process. Seems to be fairly common in the television homebrew world. Printings, very difficult thing when you're dealing with numbers that aren't all that high, like the publishers are dealing with television homebrews. Sometimes you get put sort of on the back burner, and mistakes are made, and you don't have a whole lot of clout when you're only getting so many copies. But anyway, I am very happy to say that all of the items are now in hand. Look at these different pictures of the items sitting there, all the games. The sticker that's going to go with a little perk that's going to go with everybody's copy is sitting right there on top. And these are all ready to go. Right now, I've been told that they're in the process of boxing up the first 25 copies. And then emails will be going out starting Sunday. So starting Sunday, August 4th it is, I guess. And so watch for your email. They'll send out a bunch of emails. They'll get all those ones sent away. And then there will be another wave of emails and another batch sent away. So with 100 and some, or well over 100, frankly. The 100 was the magic number that they had to sell. But they got quite a bit more than that. With that large number, it's going to take them a little while to get all the emails sent and all of the games shipped. So please have patience. But basically, if you were one of the first ones to order, you should start watching for your email to make that upgrade payment if you wish to do so, or deny it or decline it if you wish to do so. But you should watch that email in the next day or two. So this is really big news. Excited to get this game. Very, very happy. What a fantastic game. Of course, lots of gameplay out there on it now. So yeah, excited to say that you should have your copy of Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition in your hands very soon now. And speaking of printing problems, that takes me on to the next little tidbit of news, and that is Opcode Games. And I covered a little bit on my live stream last Tuesday, but I wanted to put it in a video as well so everybody's clear. There were also some printing issues with the Opcode Games, unfortunately. So initially, it delayed the release in July. The printing wasn't done. And then, unfortunately, within the last week, they've gotten copies of the samples, and the coloring of the samples was not correct. The color is supposed to be a goldish metallic type cover, metallic like looking box, almost like a gloss. with sort of like the way it was expressed to me by Opcode is a 75% gold, 25% silver mix with a metallic finish and kind of like a bronze, okay? And unfortunately, the samples that were created didn't have this at all. It almost came out to be a deep gray. I called it kind of like a brushed metal, or even described as a coffee color by Opcode. So unfortunately, this is not what they ordered. But fortunately, the company that did the printing basically came right up and said, no, that was our mistake. We didn't mix it right. So the games are being replaced. The cases, the boxes are being replaced. They're in the new boxes are being printed as we speak. Right now they're being printed. They will be shipped quite soon. But of course, with boxes like this, it is a long process. It's not air freight. It's marine freight. So it takes a while to get over to the States, at which time the Opcode will receive them, put everything together, and start sending out their shipments. So the expectation now from Opcode is late August, probably early September before you'll see those games. And of course, that's Exerion, the Goonies, and last but not least, what was the other one? Naughty Boy, right? So 3 great games coming. But man, there's the 2 different homebrew projects, both delayed by printing. So yeah, it's bad luck, but sort of like I said earlier, the nature of the beast. It's sort of when you're that small of a company, sometimes your work doesn't take precedent in these large printers overseas. So yeah, but it's great. It's great that we are going to see them very soon. Now, last but not least, I have a really big update on Intelliclub 2023. I don't know if he's going to change the name or not, because the orders did happen in 2023, but of course that was the big project from Intellivision Revolution, where every person who signed up is going to get 3 box games, 5 different ROMs of games that had never been released in ROM format before. And also, they're going to get a bunch of other perks, including a club magazine. Now, different aspects of this have sort of delayed that as well. They were due to be released around Christmas time, and of course, now here we are in August. It was actually August 7th last year that I released the video announcing the Intelliclub 2023. And I think the sales went on for a month and a half or 2 months after that, until end of September or end of October. So yeah, it's been delayed. That's life in the Intellivision homebrew collecting community, right? Delays, it's just going to happen. But I'm very happy to announce I've talked to Rev just today, and the magazine's been done for quite a while. The games, for the most part, have been done. It's a lot of, again, box materials, other things for those that were delaying the whole process. But he's just told me that he fully expects to ship all the games to the people who signed up for the Intelliclub 2023 in August. So you could be getting that anytime. I don't know, you'll probably get a shipping notification, because typically when you buy stuff from Intellivision Revolution, when the things ship, you do receive a shipping notification. So watch for that in your email over the next month or so, and it'll be really great to get those 3 games. And that's Time Pilot, Antarctic Tales Enhanced Edition, and Grail of the Gods. 3 great games. I covered all those on my channels. Go back and check out the videos on those. So much fun. I'm looking forward to getting these. And yes, 5 unreleased ROMs. We don't know what those ROMs are yet, so that's still a surprise yet to come. Plus, remember, there's also supposed to be some other knickknacks and different things along with that in the package. So really exciting that the Intelliclub 2023 is coming down the pipe. So now let's look at our spotlight for today. Today's spotlight, again from Intellivision Revolution, was the release is the infamous game Hotel Bunny. It's called by some the worst Intellivision homebrew ever made. Wonder if that's really true. Let's take a look at it. Hotel Bunny, its backstory, and a little bit about the gameplay, and see if it truly does deserve the reputation that it has as potentially the worst Intellivision homebrew ever made.
You are my love and my friend. I thought the game would never end.
Hotel Bunny is a project by Sebastian Mahai. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right, but you can check that out. I'll show you the webpage right here. Now, the story behind Hotel Bunny is Sebastian actually had a rabbit move into his backyard one year during the winter. And what he did is, it was during an exceptionally harsh winter a few years ago, a rabbit settled near his house. And he loved loving animals, he wanted to keep it warm, so he built a small den from an old shipping box which he had there, and he piled snow all around it. Since he was only there temporarily, Sebastian had the idea that what he called it was the hotel he made for the bunny. Hence, Hotel Bunny. And the rabbit will come in and out of the den, and of course get chased back by the dogs every once in a while. So that gets to the premise of the gameplay in Hotel Bunny, where is several rounds where you have 9 rabbits, 9 bunnies that you have to get across the screen into the hotel, into the little den. Very, very simple. And you also have dogs that are going back and forth across the screen that you have to avoid in order to make it. If any of the dogs touch you, you lose that bunny. Each round, you have to get at least 5 of the 9 bunnies into the den. The controls are really simple. All you do is you start off with the bunny on the left-hand side of the screen. You're in the middle, you tap the disc on the right-hand side, and you just start across the screen. You have to time when you tap it just right, because once you start, you can't stop, and the dogs are going up and down the screen, and you have to avoid them all. The only thing you can do to avoid the dogs outside of just timing it perfectly is use your carrot power. You have a very limited amount of carrot power each round, where you can hold in the side button and the bunny is invincible while you're holding it in. As you can see here though, it really disappears quickly. Overall, it's just 10 different rounds of increasing difficulty, 90 bunnies in all to get from the left-hand side of the screen to the right-hand side of the screen. Far from a complicated game, very simple. It's basically just a puzzle game, but is it the worst game? Well, we'll get to that later on, I guess.
I want my Intellivision.
The graphics in Hotel Bunny are ridiculously simple, right? You got the rabbit. The rabbit looks okay. It looks, I guess, sort of like a bunny. And the dogs kind of look like dogs. They're just various colored dogs. And the den is just like a little igloo. Really no other graphics. The carrot power up at the top. So minimal graphics. Passable? Well, I suppose they're passable. But certainly nothing to write home about.
And so I swear by my own volition.
Now the sound in Hotel Bunny, well, frankly, it's pretty much non-existent. There's a little musical notes thrown together as you start the game. And other than that, the only 2 sounds that you hear in the game are when you either get into the den, it makes 1 sound, or if you get hit by a dog, it makes a little lower pitched sound. But nothing too extravagant, but I guess that's all it needs for a simple little puzzle game like this. There's no varieties to this game. There's no multiple player. It's one player, plug it in, play it for a little while. Once you've learned the game, you've pretty much figured it out, right? Like, it's going to be the same every time you play it. So there's really no replayability to this game. The thing is, though, is the number of times that I've played it, there's something about it that just makes me want to like turn it on every once in a while and play it again. Most of them are wicked easy, the levels, but some of them are a little tricky, and you finally figure out that magic spot to do it, and you think, I'm going to know that every time. But you go to play it the next time, and it's like, hold it, where was that again? Eventually you find it, and you can pretty much, once you can do it once, you can do it almost every time, get the rabbit from one side to the other. But there's still some levels where I find that I actually do use the carrot power a little bit, which by holding in the button of the carrot power, you can go through the dog and get into the den, right? That's the purpose of the carrot power, but man, you got to use it sparingly because you got to get 5 bunnies across, right? Anyway, again, I said this was going to be a really short review because, like I said, this game is sort of, people laugh at it quite a bit, but I really love the physical package. There's all kinds of different boxes. I'm really happy to have this one by Steve Jones. The Sears Sears Video Arcade version of Hotel Bunny, which is really cool. There's all kinds of different ones out there. I think there's 5 different ones. Casey picked them all up at PRGE last year. I think I got a picture of that right here. I'll show you. That's really awesome. He wanted to have all those in the collection. I don't blame him. But I don't have the actual physical copy from back in the day. It's actually quite difficult to get. But that being said, you can go to Sebastian Mahai's website and you can get the downloadable ROM, and I'm not even sure, I believe the downloadable ROM is free in the ROMs vault from Intellivision, but it's, you know, the Intellivision Revolution section of the ROMs vault. So you can always pick it up that way and just try it and see if you're like me and you just every once in a while you're flipping through your games and you come to it and you turn it on, even if you only play it for like 3 minutes, but you just want to play it. There's something really strange about it. So graphically, there's nothing special there. Sounds, there's nothing special. The playability of it, there's no elaborate playability. You hit the button once and then maybe use the carrot power. but there's just something about it that it doesn't seem to, I don't have the hatred for it like a lot of people seem to. So am I going to rank this high? Of course not. But I'm not going to rank it as the worst game ever made for the television either. I'm going to give Intellivision Revolution and Sebastian Mahai's Hotel Bunny, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 rating. Well guys, that's it for today's episode of INTY Homebrew News and Spotlight, Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition. Watch for email now. You will be getting your copy within the next, hopefully month, right? But give them a little bit of time. There's one person putting out all these games. So yeah, it's a lot of work for them, and they will get to you. They will get to you. I guarantee it. Opcode Games, end of the month into September. If you pre-order the Opcode Games, by all means, you will be getting them within the next 6 weeks, I'll say. If you haven't gotten them, you can still pre-order those games, actually. Those games will be for sale. There was no time limit on that. You can still order them. The link in order to go order them is down below. I'll also put links to the videos on those games if you want to check them out down below as well. Last but not least, Intelliclub 2023. Rev says they're going to be shipping this month. The end of the month, I don't know exactly when, but they're very, very soon. I'm really anxious to pick those up. One last thing, I didn't mention Intellivision Collector in this video other than the ad that I played earlier on, but don't forget Intellivision Collector has all kinds of great games for sale in their website right now. The link for that is down below. And plus they have all kinds of different Electronite and Homebrew Inc. titles that are available at the moment. So if you're missing any for your collection, it's a great time to grab them. Intellivision Collector, great prices and fast shipping. So anyway guys, thanks a lot for spending a little bit of time with Coco and I here today in Intellivision Homebrew News and Spotlight, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't
Hi, I'm Luke from Intellivision Collector. You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?